Hello and welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. I'm your host Kristen, and today we have brought a pattern to you, brought to you by Leisure Arts, and I can't believe I'm knitting the updated edition. We're going to knit one, purl one, and I do have a link for a slower video down below. If you'll click on that, I've got a regular knit stitch video and then a slow motion version of that video. So we're going to go in here. I'll just do a couple of them kind of slow, and then the rest of them will go at normal speed. So the knit stitch, we're going to take our right hand needle and stick it through. Make sure you got the right size of needle, because the 5 and the 7 are very close. So we're going to put this through. We're going to wrap it around and then pull through that loop. And then when we pull that through, we want to definitely slide that off the left hand needle. Now when you're going to make the purl stitch, we want to push the yarn from the working behind that right needle and up through the front of your work here. Now we're going to take the right needle and put it underneath the left needle through that first loop. So from going from right to left through that loop, and keep it on the front, run your working strand around the front of that needle, around the back of the needle, and then push down and through, and then pull off that loop from the left. So now you've got 2 stitches. You're gonna now switch back and put your yarn to the back of your work, put your needle through, and wrap that around and pull through again to make that knit stitch, and then pull it off. Let's do the purl one more time. Put your working strand to the front, put your needle in, wrap it around, push it down and through, okay, and then let it come off. Okay, and so just make sure and alternate your working strand back and forth, and also make sure your stitches fall off. If you're new to this, you may have to keep counting your stitches at the end to make sure that you didn't make any new ones by not letting it slide off, or you have a yarn over. It's very easy to do when you're going back and forth to accidentally pull that through this way, and then it becomes this empty stitch. So if you need to know how to unknit your work, let's go ahead and go through it. So if I pull this up closer, you might be able to see it better. Let's say you make the wrong stitch. Let's go ahead and show you how to tink, or knit backwards. It's knit spelled backwards. And you're going to take your left needle up through the old stitch that's over here. Okay. And then you can slide off the one on the right and pull your yarn off. Okay, there's a couple of ways to knit backwards, but that's just a really simple way to do it. So I want to do a purl for this next one, and then push it through, and we'll continue in the knit purl until the end. Pause your video and we'll meet you back in a moment. Okay, I just finished my last stitch, which should be a purl, and then we're going to take it and turn our work. And you'll see now that the tail end is trapped to the back of here. If it's too long, go ahead and cut it. All right, so we're going to continue knitting our knit one, purl one. Make sure that you have an even number of stitches, because if it gets off, then you won't be making a rib stitch, you'll be making something else. So the last stitch was a purl, so that means the front side is going to be, or well, actually this is the wrong side. We're going to knit this side, and then that will end up making the columns of ribbing. So go ahead and knit this first stitch, and then we're going to switch to the purl. Knit that and switch to the purl after. All right, so continue with whatever your pattern says to make the ribbing. Let's look at that. So if you are working on the first hat, you're going to go, so these sizes here in this order that we did earlier, you're going to do 1 inch here, or 2.5 centimeters for any of the 3 sizes here. And then for the adult ones, they're going to be 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. So you're either going to knit 1 inch or 1.5 inches. If you're wanting like a long brim, then you could make it even longer to fold up. So that this is for this type of hat. Obviously, you can make changes as you see fit. Okay, so pause your video, continue knitting your sample here or your hat, and we'll meet you back in a moment when that ribbing is done. Okay, we're back and we're going to measure our ribbing here. It may look like a bunch of knits on the front, but when you pull it apart, you'll see that it's actually kind of stretchy, and you're going to have those purl bump rows in between. And let's go ahead and measure. We've got 1 inch, and it's about 2.5 here. Be sure and count this top stitch is your stitch here. I've done, I think, about 7 rows. This is Kristen at Good Knit Kisses. On behalf of Leisure Arts and myself, thank you again to Leisure Arts. Have a great day. We hope you subscribe, like, and give us a comment down below. Please remember that there are links to get your copy of the book and check out the review video coming up. Happy knitting!